So the lie began from the very beginning of time, right? And I can ask you one question right now. What does history tell us you about Africa? Who discovered Africa? If you write right now on Google who discovered Africa, you find out that is one white man that he came and discovered Africa. And you can ask yourself that how can you discover a place that already exists? How can you discover a place that people already live in that place? It is impossible, but that's what the history tells us. That's what people believe about Africa, that it was discovered by a white man. This guy, he came, and then he went back, he gave a report, and then the next we know is colonialism, because those guys, they start somewhere to divide Africa like a piece of cake, because they discovered it, they own it, it belonged to them. But that is us. We discovered, we're the first people to know. And today you have a lot of people around the world that they think that Africa was discovered by them.
Welcome to the stream, everybody. It's nyatiti in the building. Sorry about how late I am, but you're gonna have to understand this, because truth be told, I was on the phone with my mother, and you know how mothers are. They don't like to get rushed, and they will say what they need to say in the time they want to say. So yeah. That's why I mentioned we had to take a small hit, as Mama Tezi had to speak her piece and give her opinion on stuff. But today we are here. It's actually it's an evening, it's a Sunday evening in East Africa. Hope you guys went to church, or hope you guys are going to church, or for those who are not even going to church, hope you are healing or resting in your spiritual faith. Welcome, Redmond Music, the Pan-Ethiopian. Welcome, Tola Arak. Tola Ararsa. Tola Ararsa. Yeah, you guys have the most. Africa is diverse. I mean, Africa is a diverse place. Beautiful names everywhere, all over the continent. Right? So yeah, today having actually a very interesting topic for those who are not aware. We're talking about music. Last week we talked about taboos. We talked about time in African culture. Today we're talking about music. I know there's a diversity in music too in Africa, because I know all over Africa there are crazier musical instruments, but today we're looking at a very interesting one. Let's see if I can get that. Let's see if I can get it on the screen. But as we wait for the screen to load, you guys don't forget about the fundraising we're doing, man. The website is 95% done. The Swahili Nation is already registered as a foundation. Everything is practically almost done. The website, what's remaining is what is it? It's let me put myself over here. There you are. There you can see it. So yeah, what's remaining is the contribution, guys. We are 16% done. Let's get to 50%, bro. bros and sis. Let's get to 50%. Let's by the end of October. Let's get to 50% so that we can have our office. The office is done. I mean, the website is done. The organization is already registered. We have specific bank accounts. I think will be posted soon. And all that's remaining is the office, and we are good to go in helping Africa, in uniting Africa. The project, we have actually brace yourselves. A project proposal will be coming soon. So yeah, how far are the so-called One Africa? Have you succeeded in joining those white Ethiopians with dark skin? Like, oh, bro, what's up, man? Marabro, you're coming in hard. Marab- Ethiopians are not white, bro. Ethiopians are Africans. We are all Africans. We are all in the continent of Africa. So yeah, Ethiopia is in Africa. So yeah, they are Africans. And whoa, man. Let's continue, man. Let's continue. Let's not get too heated up here, man. Today we're talking about. I had us talk about the nyatiti. It's a very beautiful instrument today. But let's start because I've been reading a lot about Luo culture for the last 1 month. So this is what I discovered about this instrument. Let's check out. Let's just check this out.
The Luos had several instruments, but the main instrument is nyatiti. Nyatiti is 8-stringed instrument, and it was not supposed to be played by women. You can see these are 8. I cannot play it because I'm not allowed to play it, not even holding. Now, the man playing nyatiti would sit on a traditional stool the way I've sat, and then put the nyatiti in this position and play. Now, here they could tie jingles, the bells that you're talking about, and as they knock the jingles here, they make the rhythm be controlled as they pluck the wires. Now, nyatiti was played during happy occasions, ceremony. This was the main instrument. And the strings were removed from the foreskin of the cow, not these type of strings. Because from here, they feel the skin is stretched enough and is very strong enough to make it be used here. Other than that, they could also use tendons to make the strings be here. And then it is fastened using banana fibers. Now the resonator is made from wood, which is scooped into a ball-like structure. And then, of course, they get the frames, and that is the nyatiti. The Luos also played a long cylindrical drum called ohangla. This ohangla was specifically meant for a ceremony. If you gave birth to twins, then you had a special ceremony, and the Luos believed that if that one is done, then you will not give birth to twins anymore. because in our society, the Luo society, giving birth to twins was abnormal. It was an omen. And the lady that gives birth to twins would be an outcast or would be married off if you had done it out of wedlock, then you'd be married off to a very old muse. So this ceremony was funny. It was done during daytime, and the people to participate here must be a woman and an in-law. You're supposed to strip yourself naked completely, and then you are locked up in a house, and the surrounding is fenced with the thorns so that nobody comes in. And then you dance almost the whole day. And the woman in question and the husband are also there. They dance and they perform the actual ritual of the ceremony, which is having sex. In question and the husband are also there. They dance and they perform the actual ritual of the ceremony, which is having sex. So this was done to stop any further giving birth of twins. And it was not supposed to be danced outside the way we do it now. It was supposed to be in the house because the pattern was so awkward and funny. It's not supposed to be witnessed outside. Yeah. Then we could also play a little bit of Ruto. Ruto is one stringed instrument, but was not our original instrument. But in the later times, the Ruto could be used. And, mostly it was an accompaniment of songs mostly performed by girls because of the shrill tone that it has. These particular songs were called body songs. Not body of the English name of the body, but it's body to mean that particular rhythm where all girls sing, as opposed to old women who dance in the Dodo style and the men who dance in Ramogi style. Ramogi is the father of the Luos. The history of the Luos started right in Sudan, and as they were coming past Lake Victoria, the Luos landed in Got Ramogi. This small hill was named Ramogi because Ramogi came with all the Luos into Nyanza through that hill. So Ramogi is a forefather of the Luo community. Beliefs are never factual, but I believe that the way people play nyatiti would make a woman sit in a bad position. Considering that people did not have the current time, we didn't have clothes, people are naked. So you can also picture if I sat without anything covering me, and then I have to do that, then it would not augur well with the society, to expose my nakedness to the public. So that was one. Another one was that, you know, there was a clear line of the activities of men and women clearly spelled out, and we had to respect these things because of maybe they had been instituted in the culture. The Ilus also used to use jingles. The jingles were supposed to be an accompaniment. If I'm playing nyatiti, the jingles are there, the jingles are here to keep the rhythm of the song. But if it is like Ramogi dance, it is also an accompaniment, but it also showing how strong you are, because if you're strong enough, you'll make it sound properly. So it was an accompaniment to the main instrument, or it was used singly without the main instrument, which could be a titi or a roto. But a roto had a special box as an accompaniment with a metal gong. So the metal would be hit onto the box to accompany the one stringed instrument, that is a roto, to make it complex. Each ceremony has a different attire. Like if we talked about Teroburu, then it will be bushes, as a loincloth, and the skirt, the size of skirt. The size of skirt was uniform for both males and females. It's called a walo. Then it would vary. When there is Ramogi dance, there is not much of use of the bush, the leaves. In Ramogi dance, you're supposed to decorate yourself with ochre. You have red ochre, white ochre, black. So you decorate yourself using all those colors. Mostly for Ramogi dance, they used to have a picture of a bull to show how strong they are. Then when they dance, they also imitate the way the bulls fight. They imitate the bulls fighting to show strength and vigor. With the spear, you are strong enough, and you are demonstrating that you can defend your community as far as you can. And you can also defend yourself and defend anybody around you. So it was defense kind of symbol. The purpose of having this cultural festival was to revive the culture. The ones that are detrimental to the life now, we can discard, like.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I thought the mic was on. I've been talking to myself, so apparently. Thank you, Redmond Music. I hope you can hear me, right? Welcome, nurturing global to local. I'm obsessed with African instrumentals. To be honest, YouTube, yeah, definitely. YouTube helps us integrate. So yeah, I was talking. I don't know if you guys heard me when I was talking about this part. Let's see.
Instrument, but in the later times, they are all day, and the woman in question and the husband are also there. They dance and they perform. The woman in question and the husband
is the part
are also
laughing.
there. They dance and they perform the actual ritual of the ceremony, which is having sex. So this was done.
So what I was talking about is that these guys, they had a good deal. Like I don't think, because imagine having so the woman has a couple of twins, right? She has twins, and the tribe is like, oh, that's bad omen. So what happens is that they lock the guys up apparently in a hut or something, and they like seal that place off, and then they leave you guys with a drum, and you just play. You guys, I don't know, don't know. I guarantee you they were smoking some, because I know there was I forgot what was the name of it, but there was something they used to smoke. So I guarantee you guys were getting stoned and just having I don't know what's the internet word for the act. Like sex, I think these guys were having sex, getting stoned and having sex. So very crazy. So I'm thinking, like, I don't even think it was a crazy time, because I'm thinking guys do that the same way. Yeah, but yeah, it was part of the culture, right? It was part of the tradition. So it was a very interesting time to be living. I think they had a good deal. To me personally, it was a good deal. Like, if you brought, I would live in this society. If you brought back modern medicine, like bring back modern medicine back in that type of society, you've got yourself a utopia. That's what I was saying. Like, it's a utopia for me. Like, it's just a very interesting practice, and this is just common in a lot of cultures. Like, yeah, I don't know. No, sometimes people think that Africa was separated from the modern world. Like, okay, not from the modern world, from the rest of the world. Like, there was some sort of Sahara or something. No, there was trade. Actually, there were trade routes deep inside Africa. But when you look at this, when you realize that these guys were living they were kind of okay with their lifestyle. Like, their lifestyle wasn't that bad. Like, to them, and even when you look at them, it makes sense. Like, the things they were doing, the lifestyle they were living, it wasn't as bad as it depicted in the social or in the Western media. Like, look at this, it wasn't that bad. To me, it wasn't that bad. They were having a very rich life. To me, like, apart from the diseases and all that, that's why I was like, you know what, I don't want to get sick and die out of something that can be cured. But apart from that, these guys were living the good life. They were living the life that most people now would wish. Like now, look, like, where else is it acceptable? When just listen.
And to stop certain husband, and then you don't to be a woman and an in-law. You're supposed to strip yourself naked completely, and then you are locked up in a house, and the surrounding is fenced with the thorns so that nobody comes in. And then you dance almost the whole day. And the woman in question and the husband are also there. They dance and they perform the actual ritual of the ceremony, which is having sex.
You see? Where else? Where else in the world? People will dream of this type of thing. Billionaires are only billionaires. People are paying money to get this type of things. So sometimes you have to, you have to understand the perspective of the Africans, like our ancestors back in the day, right? Because I know they were trade routes as far as 1,000 years ago. They were trade routes deep in Africa, so they were exposed to what's happening outside the world, to all these things that happen, all these new fancy. They were exposed, but they didn't change their lifestyle. They still maintain. And I realized, the more you read about it, the more you hear people talk about it. Like, I wouldn't change too. Like, apart from the modern medicine where I don't want to die of malaria, I wouldn't change. This is okay, but let's talk about the instruments.
So this was done to stop any further with a metal gong. So the metal would be hit onto the box to accompany the one-stringed instrument that is on it. Make it like this. Each ceremony has a different attire. Like, if we talk about Teroburu, then it will be bushes, there's a loin cloth, and the skirt, the size of skirt. The size of skirt was uniform for both males and females. It's called a walo. Then it would vary. When there is Ramogi dance, there is not much of use of the bush, the leaves. In Ramogi dance, you're supposed to decorate yourself with ochre. You have red ochre, white ochre, black. So you decorate yourself using all those colors. Mostly for Ramogi dance, they used to have a picture of a bull to show how strong they are. And then When they dance, they also imitate the way the bulls fight. They imitate the bulls fighting to show strength and vigor. With the spear, you are strong enough, and you are demonstrating that you can defend your community as far as you can. You can also defend yourself and defend anybody around you. So it was defense kind of symbol. The purpose of having this cultural festival was to revive the culture. The ones that are detrimental to the life now, we can discard. Like, I cannot expect anybody to walk completely naked, even though I know we have mini skirts. At least we have to cover our nakedness.
You know. Here's a thing now. White people have nude beaches, and that's total, and that's not that, and they're not seen as uncivilized, right? But Africa, we live in the sun. There's a lot of sun here, but we look down on our people like as if they are not philosophers and stuff like that. They were deep thinkers, and I don't know. I just feel like the environment dictates what you wear. Like that's just a fact, you know. There's no need to be wearing a coat not in Africa, because there are places in Africa where they definitely have to wear something warm. But here, he's a warm environment. There's no need, you know. Because I see a lot of people talk about, and I'm talking about Africans themselves, look down on like, oh, we weren't civilized, we weren't, you know, we weren't wearing naked and stuff like that. But we had. I'll show you some pictures. Actually, I will show you some pictures of Africans when they are like what you said. When there were specific ceremonies, there was clothing for that. There was like an attire for that ceremony. But when there's like no ceremony, and you know you live in a judgment-free world, glorious nudity, bro, glorious nudity. Let the elephants fear you. They think, are you an elephant or something? Let them fear you. You know, this is nature. This is you know, when you're native to a land. You know, I don't know. It just felt like a very great time to live. Like especially if you're, now both genders, you know, great time to live.
Those that can help us to achieve something, we can continue with. Like for respect reasons, they had laid down rules. I think these ones could continue. And the natural decorations, like we had the gods there, naturally decorated. That one would sound so nice. Having traditional things like this, instead of the refrigerator, which would consume a lot of electricity and therefore make you pay a lot of bill, if you use it naturally, it will be very good. Even water there, instead of using chemicals, the Luos used to boil water. I think that is the best way to go.
Yeah, we're done with that. You see, when you live in a dusty environment where firewood is rare or firewood is something scarce, obviously you're going to start thinking about other things. But these guys, they live in a beautiful time, and I feel like I'm jealous of them sometimes, because you know it's very difficult to think that the modern world is that the same. Nurturing global. I think I will talk to you. You're obsessed with African instrumental. To be honest, YouTube. Yeah. Let me show you something beautiful here. Let me just show you. Let me just show you. Now, there's a guy. If you live maybe in the West, and you've gone to some yoga, you've taken interest in yoga, then you probably heard this guy, and you never know that this guy is an African here, just chilling around. You've heard his music, but you don't know, because a lot of his music is played in yoga. In the yoga community, or those guys who are in such a community, you know, he's dead now. May he rest in peace. But yeah, he left his mark on the world, and he only played African music using African instrumentals. His name is Ayub Ogada. I actually found out about him just recently, maybe a month ago, on Twitter. You know, somebody was giving him his tribute, and like, who's this guy? So yeah, let's check this guy out.
Singing Well set out to explore the nyatiti, to meet its players, both old and new.
Yes, nyatiti is...
No, this is not the guy. This is not the guy. The guy is here he is. Let's start with it. But the instrument we're talking about is the nyatiti. I think it's in fact, it's the instrument on the thumbnail. For those who've seen the thumbnail, that's the instrument. It's called the nyatiti. It's a popular instrument in East Africa because I see it with many people. But it's like a harp, right? But let them describe it. But you've probably heard its sound because it's played a lot in fitness, maybe not fitness centers, but yoga. Definitely yoga. If you go to yoga regularly, you've had this.
Ah, yeah, I'm here at home. Underneath this beautiful mango tree, which is giving me so many fruits. And I'm carrying an instrument, which is giving me many fruits. The way you play it, the instrument always sings its name. Yeah, it's still saying its name. Nyatiti, nyatiti. If you play the rhythm properly, the instrument always praises itself.
The nyatiti is a very, very unique instrument. I've traveled around and I've not seen anywhere where they play nyatiti.
The nyatiti is a lyre, originating from the Luo people in Western Kenya.
We call her the queen of the clan.
In 2017, Singing Well set out to explore the nyatiti, to meet its players, both old and new.
Yes, nyatiti is a spiritual instrument. It's not just an instrument.
We wanted to understand how the nyatiti has evolved in the 21st century, but to look forward, we needed to look back. Seeing how the nyatiti is made teaches you a lot about the Luo themselves.
Strings, we Jaluo, we are fishermen. So we made an instrument from fishing wire.
Its resonator is built from fig and oak trees, some of the strongest trees in Western Kenya. The construction is arduous. The skilled nyatiti maker spends hours carving it out. The resonator is made to resemble the hearts of a Luo village and are then covered in leather skin.
So he buys the skin while it's dry, and then he has to soak it to soften it so that it can be easy for installation in there.
And then 2 arms and a head is attached. An opening is cut into the back of the resonator, allowing for sound to be projected outward. The strings are then looped around through the instrument over papyrus attached with beeswax. Today, the best nyatiti makers still live in the villages.
For us to have a mass production of nyatiti, we need to have a mass production of people going back there and living with those people and knowing exactly why they were making these instruments.
Of course, the true heart of the nyatiti lies in the uniqueness of its sound.
Nyatiti has 5 notes. It's a pentatonic scale instrument.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even 1 string. That 1 note is a song. That's all I need. I've got 5. So if I can write a song on 1 string, what can I do with 5?
Meet William, one of the oldest players we met, buying his first nyatiti for 8 shillings in 1951. The nyatiti is traditionally played like this, by a man sat down with percussion being drummed out by the foot, on which he wears a series of bells called a gara.
this thing over here is like a drum set, this is like a snare, and the jiggle is like a shaker. So you see, they were so wise to create something like that. One person, you carry like the whole band.
Traditionally, the nyatiti was an essential part of Luo life.
Nyatiti was part of the daily life of the people.
The nyatiti even held a spiritual significance within the village.
The witch doctors of the Luo, most of them have the nyatiti. Sometimes they could play to foretell what is happening in the society.
And so, the traditional nyatiti style is inextricably linked to the Luo life.
So, to play traditionally, you cannot cross boundaries because that music is dedicated to a certain sect of people. They understand what I'm saying. They understand the lands I'm talking about. To understand the instrument, you must live in the area.
Because of this rich traditional heritage, many contemporary players have found resistance when trying to transform the style of music.
At some point, I started like also to show my teacher, this is how I'm doing. No, that wasn't allowed. It was a big fight. You cannot do that. I've never taught you that. And I guess that old man was right, because he wanted me to have a foundation, to learn the rules before I break the rules.
But to thrive in the contemporary market, sometimes the rules have to be broken.
And that is what has created my music, because of survival, not because I'm a great musician.
Shifts in the nyatiti style have led to great innovations.
Going back to the roots, to me that's important, because that's where I get my ideas, my style of music. You can actually play nyatiti and rap, or play nyatiti and do reggae, but it's not like you're just going to do hip-hop in the nyatiti. You first have to learn the nyatiti music, how it goes. Then you know how to make your hip-hop within the nyatiti. Shifted your mind. So your hip-hop is coming from the nyatiti into the hip-hop, not hip-hop into the nyatiti. So that is very important.
Some of the biggest shifts are not in how the music is played, but rather in who gets to play it. Anyango is not only the first female nyatiti player, but she isn't even African. She reportedly discovered the instrument at a music festival.
I saw many kinds of Kenyan traditional music. One of them, it was nyatiti. I got very shocked and surprised. What is this instrument? Very unique, and this sound, it's really touched me. So I was fall in love with the nyatiti kind of.
And so Anyango got in touch with Okumu Korengo, the would-be teacher. To prove her seriousness, she had to live with him in his homestead for months.
Because I had to learn Luo language. Sometimes I got malaria.
Only after proving her complete commitment and respect was she trained.
I had to go to every morning to fetch the water, gathering firewood. But I didn't have feeling of want to give up. Maybe because of the spirit of nyatiti.
She developed her own style and brought nyatiti to an international audience. But this association of the instrument away from the Luo was not met with universal approval.
I respect her. She did work. She learned. But why did he not teach Kenyan women first?
Still, Anyango is credited with opening the floodgate for female nyatiti players.
They used to say that women are not supposed to touch any traditional instrument. For me, I don't think it's a taboo. It's selfishness. They want to take all the good things with them.
We can see the nyatiti evolve with Kenya.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys, I was muted. The reason that if you've watched the previous video that I've shown, the reason why women are not allowed to play this specific instrument was because of the posture. Because you had to squat, and back in the day, women were not exactly wearing the clothes that they're wearing today, right? So it's not gonna be a pleasing sight for the audience, right? Because of the posture that she's going to have to put on when she's playing this music. That's why they are not allowed. So yeah, it's not that men are holding all the good things.
But for this evolution to continue, the most important focus needs to be the next generation.
The small guys in school, there are some who don't know. They've never even seen the instrument.
The problem is that traditionally, older players never had formal teachers. Instead, they would imitate their fathers or uncles in the village.
They never have like formal sitting, no. There was no one time they sat down with his father and, okay, this is how you play. No way.
So for those outside the villages, it's difficult to find a way to learn.
You can't learn someone's culture in 3 months, in 2 months. You need to live with them there and know exactly what is happening.
This is why Rapasa has teamed up with Fezi Mawuncho to teach the next generation.
They come here, they learn, kind of like a nurturing place, like a womb, like a hub. We feel that it's an important part of our culture, but it's also an important part of our education.
What you see on TV, for example, is the piano or the guitar. And the kids, for example, they will only imitate what they see every day.
Our government has not been very keen on emphasizing the arts, particularly in recent years. And when kids are learning instruments, it's always with an emphasis on the West. I think it's because we live in the 21st century, but we feel that being Africans, our instruments and our culture have something to offer the rest of the world.
It's the most interesting instrument I've been learning how to play, and yeah, I like it a lot. Like the first time I ever saw it was from a lady, and generally that's not what's done. So I thought that was cool because I had some knowledge that this was a man instrument, and so that the fact that she was playing it was interesting.
Can you play this fast and then you play this again?
You've seen some of the children that have been singing. There's about 40 of them that come here on a regular basis, once a week. And we work together in training the children, specifically in our traditional sounds and our traditional instruments.
Nyatiti, always be nyatiti. Play it like it is. It is up to you to make it sound different.
Because of the interest I see in Kenya today, the youth, the young people are coming up to play. The nyatiti would last million years to come.
Auma buinja Kospiro Kelurudo Kedala Auma buinja.
May he rest in peace, a legend, man. The legend Ayub Ogada. If you go, the name of his song is "The Queen of the Clan." Legend, the great legend, man. Go check out his works on YouTube. I think he's left a big legacy. So yeah, especially this song, "Queen of the Clan." Yeah, but my brother Nat Nile has exposed me to an Ethiopian instrument that is similar. So let's go there. Let's go to Ethiopia. Let's see the Begana. Timimi. Yeah, I know, and her name, is not even Anyango, and she even took up that name. So it's just crazy. Yeah, but you can't do it like the original. See if it loads.
ከዘንጉ ላይ በዛ ምላስ አለው ተሰካና በኮላ ይያዛል። ይሄ ማለት የበገናው ቦክሱ እሺ ይሄስ እንዴት ነው የሚሰራው?
የትኛው
ይሄ ከምንድን ነው የሚሰራው?
ቦክሱ
ከኮምፖልሳቶ ነው?
የኮምፖልሳቶ ድርብርብ ሰፋሪያን የሚባል ነው። ሀገር ውስጥ ይመረታል። ይሄ ከውጭ የሚገባል። እነዚህ ለበገና የምንጠቀምበት ግን ከውጭ የሚገባው ቀለትም ስላለው እሱ ነው የምንጠቀመው። እቺን በመስቀሏን ዲዛይን ካደረግን በኋላ በማሽን እናወጣታለን። በዚህ ማሽን ከቆረጠች በኋላ በዚች መልክ ተፈደፈዳለች።
ሙሉ አንድ በሬ ነው ይሄ?
ይሄ የአንድ በሬ ቆዳ በጣም ጥሩ ከሆነ ትልቅ ከብት ከሆነ ለሁለት በገና ይሆናል።
ሁለት በገና
በብዛት ግን አንድ በገና ነው የሚወጣቸው። በገናችን ሳይዝ እንቆርጥና እንዘፍዝፋለን። አሁን እነዚህ የራሱ ናቸው። አሁን
ለምንድን ነው የሚርሰው? እንዲርስ የሚፈለገው
ፍሌክሲብል ይሆናል። መርፌው በቀላሉ ይወጋዋል። እንደዚህ ከቆረጥን በኋላ ይሄኛውንም እዚህ ላይ እንደዚህ በኮላ እዚህ ላይ እናያይዘዋለን ማለት ነው።
በገና ጥንታዊ ነው። ድሮ አባቶቻችን በምን ነበር የሚያያይዙት?
ራሱ እንጨት በእንጨቱ አሁን ስለሆነ በሚስማርም በኮላም በምንም ነገሮችን በደንብ አድርገን እናያይዛቸዋለን። ለመስፋት ወደዚህ እናዘጋጀዋለን ማለት ነው። አሁን በምንፈልገው ይሄ ተረፍ ያደረግነውን ተረፍ የሰጠነውን ቆዳ እንቆርጠዋለን። እዚህ ላይ ልክ እንደዚህ ስንሰፋው ልክ እንደሌላው ሳይሆን ስፌቱ ራሱ ቅርጽና ውበት አለ። ይሄን ከሰራን በኋላ ላይ ቀንበሯን እንሰራታለን ማለት ነው። ትልቁ የሚይዘው ኮላው ነው። እቺን አስገባን በኋላ እዚህ ቅድም ያይሽው 6 ቁጥር ሚስማር ታች ነው
ደግሞ ነው የሚታሰረው ማለት ነው።
እቺ ተቀባችሁ እቺ መስቀሏ ብቻዋን
በደንብ ተይዛለች።
በቃ ቢቴ በጣም ቆንጆ አድርጎ ነው የሚይዘው።
መሰረታዊ ቅርጹ
ይሄ እቺን ወደ ቀለም ይዘናት እንሄዳለን ማለት ነው።
እሺ
እንግዲህ እኛ የምንቀባው ይሄ ከለር ነው። ቀይ ቡኒ ነው የሚባለው።
ያኛው አይቀባም።
ቆዳው ይቀባል። እሱ ደግሞ የሚቀባው በስፖንጅ ነው፣ በቡሩሹ ሳይሆን በስፖንጅ እንደዚህ እንቀባዋለን ማለት ነው። ፀሐይ ላይ እናደርገዋለን እንዲደርቅ ማለት ነው።
አለቀ በቃ። ከዚህ በኋላ አውታሩን አምጥቶ መግጠም ነው ማለት ነው።
አውታሩ ራሱን የቻለ አንድ ስራ ነው።
እስቲ አሳይ።
እሺ አሁን ወደ አውታሩ እንሂድና አውታሩን አሳይሻለሁ።
እጹብ ድንቅ ነው ማንም ለማየት አይችልም። አውታሩ ግን የያዘውን እንጨት መስሎታል። በድንግል መሰረተ ሕይወት የዚህን የመያዣውን ጠፈር መስሎታል። በኪሩቤል አምሳል
እና የበገናውን ጨርሰን አሁን የአውታሩ ነው። አውታሩ ልክ ሲመጣስ አሁን ጾም ስለሆነ 4 የበጋ አንጀት ብቻ ያገኘነው። ይሄ ሲመጣ
የበጋ አንጀት ነው።
ይሄ የአንድ በግ ነው። ያው ልክ እንደዚህ ተቋጥረስ የምትመጣው የአንድ በግ ናት።
ምን ያህል ሜትር ይሆናል ይሄ?
ይሄኛ ቢያንስ 7 ሜትር ነው የሚሆነው።
ለአንድ በገና ምን ያህል አንጀት ነው የሚያስፈልገው?
ለአንድ በገና ቢያንስ አንድ በገና 10 አውታር አለው። አንዱ አንጀት አንድ ሊያወጣ ይችላል። ቢያንስ ለአንድ በገና ከ14 በግ በላይ ነው የሚያስፈልገው አንጀት ያስፈልጋል።
ስለዚህ እንዴት ነው የሚማገው? አማማጉ እንዴት ነው? እስቲ አያያዝሽ እንዴት ነው? በጥፍርሽ ነው? አይቆርጠውም? ጥፍርሽ አይቆርጠውም። በስ ስለዚህ ሙያ ይጠይቃል። ኧረ አሁን አንቺ ዝም ብለሽ ተሰውቲ ትበጥፋለሽ። ሙት
ይሄው አውታሩ የሚደራበት
ከዛ ቀጥሎ
እንደዛ ከተደረገ በኋላ ይሄ እዚህ ላይ እናድረዋለን ማለት ነው። ይሄ በሜትር ከ90 ቆመ የተሰራ ሲሆን ይሄኛው የሁለት በገና 20 አውታር ይሰራል። እቺ ትደራለች እዚህ ላይ። አሁን እሷ ታደራልናለች።
So okay, this one reminds me of a Kenyan instrument. It reminds me of the Kisii people. The Kisii people have a huge instrument that is similar to this, especially the strings. Are these tendons? Wait. Are these tendons? Somebody maybe I don't know anybody who can understands. Are these tendons? Are these like cow tendons or something like that, or what are they? Or are they just strings? Oh, okay. So this interesting. So the one from the Luo, they use tendons or fishing lines or yeah, I don't know if they put it as they used, one of them said cow foreskin. I don't know how they came up with that idea in cow foreskin, but here I'm seeing they're using intestines of sheep intestines.
ከደረቀ በኋላ
So that's interesting.
በብርጭቆ ተነስቶ የዚህ አይነት ቅርጽ ይዛል ማለት ነው። ያው በጣም
Oh, sorry guys.
ይሄኛው የትክክለኛ በአፍሪካ ውስጥ የወጣ ቆዳ ነው። ይሄው
እስቲ ሲገባ
አሁን ሲገብቻ ያለው ድምጽ ይሄ
ተጠናቀቀ
በገናው አገልግሎት መስጠት
ስለዚህ እጽዋት እንስሳት ፈጅቶ ነው በገና የሚሰራው ማለት ነው።
አዎ ካሰራሩም የተገጠመለት ግጥም ምንድነው ከወዲያ ወዲህ ተሰባስበው ሙታን ባንድነት ሆነው ያጫውቱታል የሞቱት ቆመው ለሚሄዱት ይላል እና
ምን ማለት ነው?
ይሄ ማለት አውታሩም የበግ ነው። በጉ ሞቷል፣ በሬውም ሞቷል፣ ቆዳው ነው ያለው። እንጨቱ በህይወት የለውም። በቃ የደረቀ የሞተ እንጨት ነው እና እነዚህ የሞቱት ነገሮች ቆሞ የሚሄደው ሰውን ያጫውቱታል።
ለሰው ልጅ ተብሎ ነው ይሄ ሁሉ ነገር።
እነዚህ የሞቱት ቆሞ ለሚሄደው ሰውን ያጫውቱታል ማለት ነው። ይሄ መስዋዕት የተከፈለው እነዚህ ሁሉ እጽዋትና እንስሳት ይሄን በገና ይመስላል።
አመሰግናለሁ በጣም። በገና የሚነገረው ነገር ይሄ ብቻ አይደለም፣ ብዙ የሚባል ነገር አለ። ወደ ኋላ ተመልሰን የምናነሳው ይሆናል። አብራችሁ
And I wish there were subtitles.
Hello, አብራችሁ ይሁኑ።
So we're going to a player thing.
ሁለተኛው ክሊፕ ደግሞ ትዝታው ነው።
Hey, Mwandateze.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you that we just got copyright strike because of this video that you shared. Yeah. So we're gonna take it down.
Okay, I'm sorry guys for that. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. I didn't know.
Yeah. All right, no worries. I think
sorry.
the video,
Yeah.
I don't know if the video. I think the video it's blocked. So let me see because let me see. If that's the case, this will be our second strike. Let's see. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even the stream is unavailable right now because they took it down. So
Oh my brother. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I thought it was maybe live music was not supposed to be. I thought it was live music that was not supposed to be. Yeah, sorry.
No. This TV station for EBS or whatever, they have copyrights. So they usually file copyright. So we cannot really use their content. And especially EBS, because we use Citizen TV from Kenya, but we never receive strike. We just.
So is the stream over?
That means we're muted. Can you guys hear us? Okay, now they can hear. I think because we stopped it. So what I'm gonna need to do is, after this stream, I'm gonna need to try to. I don't know if they will give strike. I don't know, but they took it down. So I don't know what's gonna happen. We have already copyright claim because they took it out, but I don't know if they will give us strike. Yeah. All right, we can keep going, brother.
Okay, so let me just take to the original Singing Words channel because I played the ones that I played the first part. I don't know, was it having an issue? Or...
The first one I didn't see. I just found the notification right now. That's when I came as soon as possible. But I didn't see the first one. Maybe next time just share with me before so that I may double check.
Okay. Okay. So
this one,
the Singing Words project. This one is what I was talking about. I think I already checked with this one. I don't know if
no, Reggie. If they give strike, it doesn't matter. Even if you delete the video, strike is gonna be there for 90 days. And right now we have one strike already because of the old music reaction I did, again from Ethiopia as well. So if this is the second, that means we have only one left, and if we get that, we are losing channel for good. So even if you remove the part, Reggie, it doesn't matter. The strike's still there. This one, the singing was, I remember you showed me this before, but I'm not sure about them, you know. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell. But you showed at the beginning, right? Sometimes it's hard to tell.
it was this one. It was the Singing Words. The one at the beginning I just kept. I don't know. I didn't know the. Okay, so.
Yeah, because
yeah.
some of them they don't give you strike right away. They can give you strike like even 1 month after or later. So I think for this it's better to just share maybe the link in the comment section for people to watch. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry guys.
Be on the safe side.
Yeah, so this one has a strike been given for this one?
Oh, I think until you finish the live stream, that's when I will know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when I will know. Here, let me see. What is this? Yeah, until you finish, that's when I will know. Right now, I will not know, I guess.
Okay, so I think, I don't know, do you feel like maybe we should end?
No, you keep going. You keep going. It's all right. We'll find out later.
Okay, I think, I don't know.
It's all good.
You know, I was going to give guys the opportunity to suggest the cultural songs or traditional music instruments, but I didn't realize traditional instruments were also okay. So, sorry guys, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
YouTube. You have this rules. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I think. Okay, honestly, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's nothing because that was going to show the Oritu. I think these guys, the ones that have been played by this guy here, but I realize now that I don't know, maybe even more risky. So yeah, maybe you can just let's close the stream. Maybe then you see the level of damage that has been done or something like that. So yeah, guys, I'm sorry if we have to close the stream shortly. I can use pictures. Yeah, not really saying I can use pictures. Okay, let's see. But you know, without the picture of an instrument isn't the same. It's not the same as listening to its sound, right? So let's see if I can put a picture. But basically, it's just the Urutu. Is it? It's the Urutu. Maybe see if I can get the picture. Yeah, man, Google, YouTube, man. YouTube, you can't even enjoy our culture without being told, hey. Can't wait for that platform. The Swahili Nation platform is coming, guys, so that we will be enjoying our culture in peace without, oh my God, without all these threats. So let's see if we can get a picture of this instrument. Oh, here we are. So yeah, it's basically this. Let's see if we can share it. Here we are. Here we are. So yeah, this is an Urutu. Is okay. Basically, this is a bow, and this is the instrument. It takes a lot of skill to make it. By there are points where you put the finger. You put your finger. There are pressure points within here. You put the finger. At each place you put a finger, the tune changes. So yeah, it's basically it's called the Rotary. It has a very unique sound, and they say it's meant for women to play. But yeah, I think this is it. This is basically the last instrument I wanted to show. I wanted to show the video actually of how it played, but because of the situation, I think this is where I probably have to stop now, guys. Don't worry, guys. The channel, the website is coming so that you guys can, so that you guys can enjoy the culture, and yeah, we have some fun, and in our own, listening to our own music. There's a different one, a one-string masinko from Ethiopian equivalent. Okay, let's see if we can find it. Masinko. It's the masinko or a masinko? Oh my God, it's the same. You see, this is okay. I think in the end of the day, African instruments were all the same. Like, look at this. This is the same as an Urutu. Like, yeah. I think if we were allowed to just be one people before the colonization, we probably have like similar music. Like, look at this. So I think we should have like what is it? Like, is it classical music for Africans? Like a center for classical music for Africans, where how just like a house where guys just go, Africans we go listen to our own music. Because look at this, it's the same instruments, So yeah, man, it's been a great show anyway. I understand despite all that has happened, I think it's been a beautiful show. I think we've learned some things. Some of I've learned a lot. I didn't know the Masinko. I didn't know the let me look for it. What is it? The beginner. I didn't know the Kirar. It's the same as the. So yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna have to just end the show here because the show is really based on listening to this stuff. But since we can't do it, man, I think I can just show you the pictures. Let me show you the Kirar, then we can, call it a night. In East Africa, it's already going to midnight. Yeah, it's the same as the nyatiti. Look at it. Wait, look. This is basically a nyatiti, but yeah, I would have been more. Actually, I would have been interested to see how they sound, how it play. I'll probably play it on after this, just see how the Ethiopians did it. How the Ethiopians play these instruments. Wow, look at this. It's just Kirar is a nyatiti, man. It's like the same thing, same philosophy, same. No, it's probably played differently, or maybe it's been played the same because I don't know. But anyway, guys, it's been a great show. Oh, you want? Okay. Let me leave it. Let me give you my brother Natnael a chance to speak. Were they guys from West? Are there West Africans here who can represent also their instrument? Because I've seen all the instruments we play today are East African. Because I've played the Rutu, the Nyatiti. The one for Kisi. Let me see if I can find the Kisi one. Here is it. This is what's the name? The Obokano. Then there is oh god, man. There's so many great. Okay, let's see. My brother Natnael is in the building. Welcome, Nati.
Mwenda, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mambo?
Poa sana. Na wewe?
Safi sana. Umepotea bana?
Nilikuwa last week. Yeah? Niambie.
Tupo. Now, I just wanted to mention one fact in general and leave the stage for people to reflect on their own how much African music is worth, Can you hear me?
Yeah, listen.
When we talk about music, I just wanted to mention this prominent guy, African, that contributed to the world of music before even the Akina Beethoven's wrote music in 17th century, and it's very interesting. And His name is Saint Yared. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're listening. Saint Yared.
Now, Saint Yared, whether you believe it or not, and it still amazes me that he wrote what we call the music notes in the year probably in the 6th end of 5th century. He used to live in the northern part of Ethiopia in the caves. He's a person who has really suffered in school. He's been sent away several times from school for not being the smartest. But he marked Ethiopian music for good, especially the classic music. And he wrote music notes for the first time ever, before even the Western world knew what music was and before they even wrote it. I don't know if you have studied music in high school or in elementary school. I'm sure you have counted notes, full note, half note, quarter notes. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Now, Yared, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're listening.
If you go into the manuscripts of Ethiopian liturgical language, Ge'ez, and it used to be written on also animal skin, and especially the church, the liturgy, it's called the liturgy. You will find the Ge'ez language, it was chanted in the church in various tones, or what we call notes. And Saint Yared came up with these three major tones, the Ge'ez, the Ezel, and the Ararai. These three tones mark the Ethiopian music, and especially the liturgical music in the church in Ethiopia, while the Europeans had no idea about how to read and write music. I don't know if you can search on your computer about Yared's music or manuscripts of the Ge'ez language. You will find
Yared. Is it like this?
Why?
Yared Negu.
No. Saint Yared. Yared Negu is a more contemporary musician.
Yeah.
Saint Yared.
His manuscripts.
Yes. You see, those are the iconic depictions. Those are the picture of him. It is an iconic depiction of Saint Yared chanting his Ge'ez. But if you check Ge'ez manuscripts,
I'm seeing it here. The iconic picture these are the manuscripts.
Yes, you see the manuscript. Just open the one which is fourth.
This one. This one.
The writing.
Oh, this one. The one. The one. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
Not with the pictures. The one with the picture and the writing on the say yes.
This one, right? Okay, let's see if I can. I'm opening it. I have to share it again.
Okay, when you see the manuscripts, basically that the main writing that you see in the manuscripts is written in black. Then you'll find
This is an article. This is a paper. Oh, here it is.
no.
Is this it?
Not the English one, the original language. Yes, you see that one?
Yeah, it's English and Geese.
Yes.
Something this side here.
Yeah, you see that is.
Yeah.
That is Ge'ez. That is the more ancient language, and it is still used for liturgical purposes and worship. And this Ge'ez is chanted, and it is chanted either in Ge'ez or Zil or Ararai. These are the types of tones, just like the modern music calls them pentatonic, diatonic, chromatic. And he came with a specific notes that helped people to follow a certain tone before music was written. And it strikes me how, as Africans, we are able to innovate music notes so that whoever follows those notes can be chanting the same thing. That never happened till late 17th century in the modern music, where music was written for the orchestra and people were able to read it. So what I'm trying to just leave viewers to reflect about is, in the 5th and 6th century, we were able to write our own music notes. We were able to express our music without necessarily using the universal music language. It's good to be universal, it unites us, yes, music by itself is a universal language. But this person was able to write music, and it was used up to date for worship and liturgical purposes. And it says a lot about us that we are able to create what is distinctly ours. And what makes it very interesting is, when you are just showing us about the Luo string, the Luo instruments, and the guy was explaining that it is a pentatonic music. And basically, Ethiopian music is pentatonic. If you go to Mali and Senegal also, they use pentatonic music. That is penta, 5 sounds, while the diatonic, they use 7 sounds. I am sure it is up to us to do the research to find out that we have our own expression, which was diluted. And imagine, it was like for 10th, 15th century, it has been there before even the modern music, but the modern music somehow underrated everything that we have. And now, in Ethiopia, we have a music school called St. Yared, where young people are going to study modern music. Of course, they do instrumentals also and local music. So I think it's about time that we need to go back to our sources. It's not only with regard to music only, no. We have our own calendars, we have our own music, we have our own seasons. And it's amazing that I'm sure many Ethiopians, my fellow Ethiopians, will not know what the calendar is in Amharic. It's called Bahra Hassab. And the way it is calculated, you will be amazed. We have our own democratization process or a political system, the Abagada, for example. There are so many riches that we have that we are not exploring. I think it's about time that we do ours also. I can tell you of late that even Ge'ez Ezelarara is not studied by many Ethiopians. They would rather study diatonic or chromatic, whatever, pentatonic music, but they wouldn't want to see the difference when there is a fasting season, for example, what we call the Lenten season, that is the Abiy Tzom. The liturgy in the church uses Ge'ez chanting. When it is outside of Lent, it's ordinary time, it uses the Ezel. The way it is chanted is very different, but not many people, except those who go for liturgical celebrations, know what the difference is. So I think it's about a high time that when you talk about also instruments, we need to discover how this inspiration came. For example, Saint Yared wrote his music, and many liturgical dances, if you see that people, the priests, the clergies will be holding a long stick, and they will have a sanasel, what we call the shakers, and they will be dancing. And all that dances were inspired from nature. Saint Yared was reflecting by the waterside, and he see how the reeds were moving from one side to the other. Saint Yared was inspired by the birds, and same birds were able to produce various sounds, and he was inspired by that, and he was able to write music notes. And the Akina Beethovens and the rest came 15 centuries later and universalized music. So I think when we are studying and getting to know about our music, it will be also very beautiful to reflect what is the purpose. How is our music reflecting us? How is music uniting us? What is the philosophy behind the music and the expressions? You have touched it side by side that most of the time among the Jaluos, the women were not encouraged to play the music instruments. What could be the philosophy behind it? Is it useful or not? Can we retain it or can we get rid of it if it's not helping us and giving life? So I just want to bring this aspect of music personality for people to just go back and reflect and read a bit more, that we Africans are not dull. We are able to produce. We are able to express ourselves in our own way. And there is no standard with which we can be measured that ours is less of a standard than the other. The same, interesting enough, from the same area, if you read the discourse, the philosophical discourse of Zara Yacob, literally, you may think that the German philosopher and the other existential philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre copied from it, You may think that it is copied from the Zeria Yaakov reflection. Why? Because we did not get to know. We embrace the German philosophers and the French philosophers, and yet Zeria Yaakov in the caves of Northern Africa was able to write pure philosophy of religion, and reflections of human existence and religion. So I think it's about time that when we discuss and when we enrich one another, that we need to discuss the philosophy behind and how we enrich one another. Music is expression. It's the universal language, yes, but at the same time, it has its own purpose, philosophy, and message to the rest of the world. And we are missing on that aspect. And our young generation is emanating into keyboards, lead and bass guitar, and many others. I think it's also good to modernize our own musical systems before they perish from the face of the earth, because part of our identity will be dying with them if we don't get back and get the gist of it and the message and the philosophy behind it, because that's where our identity is. It is always said that if you want to make a big jump, you have to retreat farther behind. So for us to understand our identity and embrace it and make a change, we need to go back to our roots and sources to pick these philosophies. Mwenda, are you there or Umelala?
I'm here, I'm listening to what you're saying. But you know, from the video I showed, the young generation were actually getting tips. They had they say, I don't know if you saw that video about, it was about the queen of the clan.
Sorry?
The young generation. I think one of the videos I showed, right, the young generation is actually just getting taught the instruments. So there is a surge in the interest of these instruments, actually. So I think I don't know. I think it's not going to stop. I think it's not going to die out. Even as you can see, even the ones in Ethiopia, it's been industrialized. Like they're using modern instruments or modern equipment to make these instruments. So I feel like I don't think it's dying out. I think it's actually making a comeback. I think basically that's my view that I feel it's making a comeback. I don't know, just look at the YouTube videos of these things. Some of them are getting millions of views. Right? So it means there is still a strong, the audience is there. So I don't think they're going to die out. In fact, I may think, I don't know, they might even outlive the bass guitar. I don't know. One day you might see them here, people in church playing these things as they should. I don't know. I think that's one of my dreams one day. Personally, I'm not the one.
We will get there, but we need to make the young people, our generation, aware of the fact that we can be swallowed in the globalization. Part of it is just to swallow the struggling cultures, and in the meantime eradicate some cultures. So we need to be very cautious when we embrace change, and as to why we resist it also. It's not out of hatred, this is Western, we don't want it. No. Just a reasonable reflection and having the golden mean to embrace change, but without necessarily doing away with it. Now it's backward. I'm telling you now, if you talk about the Gaelic language, there are mixed feelings. Some will associate it with the Orthodox religion and liturgical celebration, but it is a language. Just like Latin is associated with the Catholics and now after the Vatican Council, of course, everyone was able to worship in his own language. But before, they used to use, just like this, the Latin language. But as a language, especially indigenous language like Ge'ez, which is the only Semitic language which is written from left to right, unlike other Semitic language, it is worth to know the language and to drill every knowledge that we can and squeeze whatever knowledge we can out of it and retain it as our own language. The same with many African languages. Urbanization somehow has stolen our young people into townships, and I have talked last time, in the Francophone countries, a civilized, learned man is measured by how well he speaks like a Frenchman. For us, Brit colonies also, we say we speak good English. And the Lusophones will also say how well someone speaks Portuguese like a man from Portugal. And our languages die out. So our education system somehow needs to embrace also the indigenous knowledges and languages. And our music schools also need to embrace indigenous music instruments. Mwenda.
Yeah, I'm listening. You know, I feel like there's a lot of African culture is put in our music. Basically, you find out a lot about that. I think a lot of it, as you can see, just by when they explain why they make the instruments and why the occasions in which those instruments are played. Like right now, you've explained about the languages and Saint Yared. You know, like look at all that culture that is just within our music. That I don't know, I feel like it should be. In fact, I don't think it should be like willing. It should be a compulsory, like the compulsory subject in African schools. I don't know. These are the things that the AU should be pushing for like this, so that because look at all this knowledge that is hidden inside all these notes and all these like I hadn't caught the penta. I don't even know how to pronounce it right. Pentatonic. Yeah, I have not caught that. I have not caught that at all. So now you're like, oh, okay. I didn't. So look at the things that you can just learn from the music. So yeah, man. Hopefully, by the end of this month, I don't know, very soon we'll be having live streams. Hopefully. From the website, so that we can really explore these things and learn what type of the tone and so that Africans, we can connect in a way that when we realize that like right now when we realize that we've been just playing the same instruments. I bet you even those guys in Ethiopia, they didn't know that there is a culture here in Kenya that are playing the same. I didn't know that people in Ethiopia.
True. It's true.
So it also gives you just a hint. Like I would also like to know the history of how this. It means because I've always said this. We definitely this thing that Africans didn't know each other or West Africa. It's not true. There were trade routes. In fact, we were not separate from the world. That's something I tend to protest that. Like Africa, we were some separate region that we do not know what's happening in the world. I don't believe it. I believe there are trade routes deep inside Africa. Because that is how they get their ivory. How are they getting their... It means there are trade routes. And so, I don't know, I just feel like a lot of that is not being talked about when it comes to like how it came to be about... I'm sure this instrument is also in West Africa. I think I've seen it.
Yeah.
The nyatiti or the... It's also
it is there.
It is there. Yeah. So clearly, you know, there was like there was some sort of communication, or there was some sort of, you know, I don't know, trade or something like that. But yeah, it's been a great stream, guys. I don't know not where you are, but here I think you're in Kenya, right?
Niko Nairobi.
Yeah. It's 12:20. It's going to 12:20 in Nairobi. I don't know tomorrow is
Uko
a
pwani?
Monday.
You are in
Yeah?
Mombasa.
No, hapa mimi niko Nairobi. Hapa na hii baridi.
Kumbe wapi? Nairobi wapi?
Huku unajua Roysambu?
Yeah.
Yeah. So niko huku Roysambu, huku tuna
Sikusikii.
baridi. Roysambu. Unajua Roysambu?
I don't know. Which side is it?
When you're going to, you know, Thika Road, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's along Thika Road.
Kiambu.
Huko mbele sasa, ukiendelea kama kwenda sasa Ethiopia. Unajua hiyo njia kwenda Meru? Hiyo ndio huko, that's
huko mbali. Mimi niko karibu na Bomas.
Oh, Bomas. Bomas is okay, hata mimi pia bado sijajua huko ni wapi, lakini nimeona tu kwa TV.
I see. It's nice to hear from you. I mean, this is your show, but it's been a while, and we need to link up. And I've lost contact of even Mika, because every time I change a place and I change a SIM card, it's been difficult to keep me signed in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, I can give you the link here in the private chat.
Okay. That would be lovely. Otherwise, all is well?
Yeah, all is well here. Everything is doing good. BJ, you said that value our culture. I posted the link there. BJ says we must value our culture, and music can be a huge bridge to teach the youth and teach them the indigenous songs and translate whatever language they are speaking. Play the song in the indigenous language, and they will learn. Yeah, actually, when I was in primary school, I was at elementary. I used to learn. I used to know a lot of indigenous, and I didn't even know what I was singing. You know, I didn't know the translation, but we were taught we used to sing. Even okay, I don't know. I think I don't know if I'm able to show that, but maybe another day. But they were here. There was. I think you heard the recent Kenyan music festival. I don't know if you heard about it.
I am not sure.
Okay, no, you haven't. But it was in Kisumu just a few weeks ago. I think 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago. It was in Kisumu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they were playing cultural songs, and they were even playing up. It was part of what I was going to play here. The Orichi was being played, the Obonuku, the Obonuke. They were played. Even the deputy president of Kenya was playing. The Obonuke.
Oh, I see.
And the guys were there, so it was a great time. Next time maybe when we have learned which types of videos are copyrighted or which are not, maybe that's when we can have this.
Yeah, I mean, copyright has been messing up a lot of things anyways, but I was not aware of the festival in Kisumu. They said in Jaluo, Mano Peny Morongo. You speak Dolo?
What does that? No. But you can translate for me. What does that mean?
It's like that place is something else.
Oh, Kisumu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you've been understanding the songs that I've been playing here. There was a song I could have played, but maybe next time. Next time we'll play these other songs. Right now it's 12:30.
I loved with one of the music because Mimi Mganga Nitarogaroga, and I was
yeah.
what?
You know, I don't think her main audience is not African. That's why she's just basically to somebody who doesn't know what she's speaking. He looks like as if she's speaking some deep.
And that's the beauty of African music, because, for example, I listen to old school music, by the way, even rumba.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the music, it is a story.
Yeah.
It is either a story about a relationship. For example, if you take Leswanika, Sinamakusa Wana. If you listen to the whole story, it is like
it has a
man to man.
moral.
Yeah, man to man. Why are we fighting? If you listen to like the Akina Franco's Mamu about a promiscuous woman, and that happens in a relationship. If you listen to the Akina Nake, it's about the beauty of the place. Yeah? So our music is more of a storytelling. Something you will not get elsewhere, and especially with music evolving nowadays, it becomes about money, cars. I'm successful. I have a lot of. The men will say I have a house, and a lot of women I have this, I have that. It's just tiresome. While old music, even where I grew up, the Ethiopian music, they had a concrete message. For example, I grew up listening to go to school, my son. I don't have anything to give you except education. You see, about education, about love, about being successful, about work. These are the original African storytelling. But we devaluate them by having a good bass drum and instrumental, but our content, our lyrics are about money, alcohol, or women. Money, alcohol, or success. So these are the things that we need to go back and do research also on or about.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying. I can't wait for the website so that you can have these are the things you can have, you know, in its fullest. You know, you can really enjoy African music in its fullest, so that you know, you can really participate in the culture. Because here I feel like I didn't know we are this limited, but apparently we are. We can't. You know, it's really, that's why let's just be patient and we wait for our own platform so that we can have all these good things, because I'm really passionate about music. When it comes to music and African music, I've been of late. I think this year actually I just began listening to it, and I've just been listening to a lot of cultural music all over the place, and I realized that, in fact, the more I listen to it, the less I want to listen to like the mainstream music. You know, I don't, when I listen to like the nyatiti or the, you know, the bendega, like, you know, I just like, I feel better that I don't even want to listen to other one. I just like, okay, so this is what my, you know, I just feel a connection. I just admire the culture, you know. That's why I think we need to have our own like classical music, like operas. You see how the Europeans try to preserve the culture with operas or something like that. I think we need to have our classical music with this instrument. I think, but they are coming up. Hopefully, you know? Hopefully we can, because I will definitely attend such a thing. Like they play it just in a formal setting, African music. I'm sure a lot of people. Yeah.
Let's do our best and, you know, put the information out there, educate, or educate is a bit strong word, but just share the knowledge we know about one another, enrich one another, find our similarities and differences, so that we cement our collaboration with each other. And music and instrumentals they play a big role nowadays, even much more than before. But in whatever we can, at least it's good to somehow share knowledge in these platforms. I've shared some time back with Mika, and I've mentioned to him that very soon and sooner than before, I will be coming up with a 5 minutes lectures on the different African issues. It's not really a lecture. Well, I'm a teacher, so I just tend to say lecture or classes, but let's call it sharing, where we can give a series of points for our generation to question themselves. It's not to educate them, but to question themselves. Really interesting. I want to find out. And they go and they look something interesting in their line of thought and their line of interest to build. Sooner we are going to, very soon we are going to launch it. I couldn't keep contact with Mika because I don't have his contacts. But we are going to launch them. It's already ready. About 3 or 4 series are ready. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, you found the. I think have you got the link that I've posted here on the private
Yes.
chat? Yeah.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, I think that's the link to the group. I think you can find this contact.
Yeah, it's telling me that I need to download or something. I may have to do it on my phone.
Oh, okay. But the link, okay. You have to do. Oh, okay. I don't know.
I'm on a computer, and it says that I need to download and whatever. So I will do it later.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mwenda, and sorry for taking your time.
No. You've given us a great education at the end of the stream. I think it's been a good stream. I think guys have learned, including me, because when I've learned something, I feel like it's a good stream. So yeah. So let me just end it right now. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Nati. Thank you, everybody in the comment section.
Shukran.
I hope you enjoyed your weekend, your Sunday. For those who Sunday is beginning, enjoy. Hope you relax and find peace or good. Basically good living and good life, right? So yeah, good night, guys. Yeah,
good night.
Good night, guys.